Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller, pointing out that for decades the American people were told vaccines are the most rigorously tested products in history. According to one lawyer who sued the government over and over, that is a lie. Aaron Siri, attorney, author of Vaccines, Amen, 2025, through hundreds of lawsuits, Aaron Siri forced the CDC, FDA, and HHS to hand over documents they never wanted you to see. The conclusion is devastating. Not a single vaccine on the current U.S. childhood schedule was approved based on a long-term placebo-controlled trial. Not one. 1986, Act signed, liability shield graphic, money flowing to pharma. 1986, Congress gave vaccine makers near total immunity from lawsuits. Result, no financial reason to make vaccines as safe as possible. HHS was legally required to study vaccine safety and report to Congress every 2 years. A lawsuit proved they submitted 0 reports in over 30 years. Infectious disease mortality 1900 to 1970, massive drop before most vaccines arrived. Fact, deaths from measles, scarlet fever, whooping cough, and diphtheria plunged 95% long before mass vaccination. Clean water, sanitation, and nutrition did most of the work. By the time the modern childhood schedule began, these diseases were already killing almost no one. In a now famous 9-hour deposition, the godfather of vaccines, Stanley Plotkin, was asked basic questions. How long was safety monitoring in pre-licensure trials? Answer, sometimes only 4 to 5 days. Can you name a single placebo-controlled trial for the routine schedule? He couldn't. He also admitted earning hundreds of millions in vaccine royalties. Danish researcher Peter Aby spent 40 years in Guinea-Bissau. His gold standard studies showed the DTP vaccine increased overall mortality in girls by 2 to 3-fold, even though it protected against diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis. When UNICEF and WHO were asked for evidence that DTP saves more lives than it takes, they had none. During COVID, the CDC rolled out vSafe, a phone app where 10 million Americans reported side effects. Internal data showed 8% required doctor visits, ER trips, or hospitalization. 25% couldn't work or perform normal activities. The CDC published 40-plus papers, but only used the first week of data and hid everything else. It took federal lawsuits to force the rest out. The only modern U.S. study that compared fully vaccinated versus completely unvaccinated children. Vaccinated kids had 2.5 times more chronic diseases, 4 times more asthma and allergies, 5 to 6 times more autoimmune and neurodevelopmental disorders. The lead researchers called the results unexpected. Higher-ups at Henry Ford blocked publication. The researchers chose their jobs over the truth. No placebo trials, no liability, no safety reports to Congress, no interest in vaccinated versus unvaccinated data. And when the data is bad, hide it, bury it, or call it misinformation. This isn't science. This isn't public health. This is fraud, protected by law. And the only way it ends is when the public finally demands the truth. Read the evidence yourself. Vaccines, Amen, by Aaron Siri, an inconvenient study documentary, 2025. The brakes were never tested. Do you still feel safe?